Back on the show, returning guest, Mr. Paul Goranson is here with us. Paul is the Chief Executive Officer at Encore Energy, a U.S.-focused uranium explorer, developer, and near-term production-capable company with assets spread across Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Wyoming. Encore is a uranium portfolio holding at Smith Weekly Research. The company is listed on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol EU and also on the US OTC markets under the symbol ENCUF. Mr. Goranson, welcome back to the show. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, doing very well. How are you doing?
Well, we're hanging in there, Paul. We're doing okay. Uranium is interesting here. Some shiny objects being flashed in the market, but can't complain too much. And where are you talking to us from, and how's life going?
Well, I'm talking to you from South Texas today. I was down here to do some work pre-planning for our capital projects at Rosita, and also to spend the Easter weekend with my family. So it's things are going very well. As you may have heard in the news, Texas is 100% open for business now, and so it's a different environment than maybe some other places in the rest of the United States.
Yeah, that's good, and good for Texas. I'm glad to see some stepping out and, states taking action and not following others. I think that's a good bit of diversity here. Glad you're down doing some weekend work coming up here soon, and happy Easter to you. Well, why don't you give us just maybe a 2 to 3 minute update on the company here as things stand today?
Sure. As we announced, we did that significant private placement last month. It was very successful. We oversubscribed, and I would say we probably had a waiting list that would allow us to be bigger if we had decided to. But it gives us an opportunity right now, which is key to us, is that as we brought on acquired the Westwater projects, we got that completed, and now we've started integrating them into our company. We got a good workforce. And with the financing, we're starting to execute on our capital plans, starting with Rosita, and to begin configuring that back to what I would call commercial production capable. Obviously, we're not going to put it into production right away because the market currently is signaling that's the case. But we want to get that. It's the low-hanging fruit, so it's something we can do right now and do it relatively inexpensively and relatively efficiently. We're also in the process of doing some evaluation work on some of the resources we acquired with the Westwater transaction. In New Mexico, we're updating some 43-101 reports, as well as in Texas, we're doing some land evaluation, doing some acquisitions of leases to basically create a production resource to support production at Rosita. Those properties and resources will allow us to, are well known enough that we would be able to put those into production according to our schedule. And fortunately, with an existing licensed facility, this gives us the opportunity to be able to do this in a relatively quick manner. Governments always are involved, so nothing's ever for sure, and not everything's in your control. But I've worked in Texas most of my career, and I believe that it's something that we've got a pretty good idea on our timing, and it'll sync up with our company plans, which is to have fully a well field in order to support Rosita and everything ready to go by 2022, end of 2022. I think our timing's right, and that's pretty exciting. I've met with the team that came with the acquisition this week, and they're young, but they're very excited to get out and do something. They want to conquer the world. Of course, that works right in kind of where we're at. And in addition to that, we continue to work on potential opportunities for mergers and acquisitions as part of our strategy. And we're continuing, some of the work we're doing as well is to begin to look at our long-term plans in New Mexico to create the long-term future for the company. One of the other things I've been doing since January is meeting with nuclear utilities to get a sense on timing for demand, and also just to introduce Encore. As I think as our shareholders know, Encore has been a pretty low-profile company until recently, and with my joining the company, et cetera, we've raised our profile. But in truth, the nuclear industry doesn't know who we are. So it's time to get to start introducing ourselves. With the expectation we'll start to see some activity on the term contracting side that we'll be able to participate in. Been a full book.
Yeah, certainly lots of stuff going on. And, you've got this small production base in Texas that can start out. You're getting there, and the ISR component, and know that there's a lot of potential with not only existing projects, but other stuff that you guys could do to also improve your position from a production profile standpoint over the next couple of years. And good to see you guys continuing to make progress where a lot of companies out there are really just churning the same old stuff. Sit here and recycle the paperwork, whereas you guys are actually making some good progress in this market.